what was the play call on that last play of the game with about 10 seconds left, and how did it go wrong?
Which one are you talking about when it went off of quarterback?
Yeah.
You know, you have turnovers. We had 17 of them, so I mean that was just an unfortunate situation. And, you know, sometimes you turn the ball over, and we ended up turning the ball over in that situation.
How difficult
The
is
play was not to turn the ball over.
how difficult is Kentucky to guard with kind of the scoring balance that they have? 8 different players score 7 or more now.
No, I mean they have a number of players that can create their own shot in one-on-one situations, and so you know, from a defensive standpoint, and the way that we play defense, you know, they had to make some tough shots one-on-one against us, and specifically down the stretch, they were able to do so.
Coach, even with the 17 turnovers, how was the team able to stay in the game and keep competing to the end?
Excuse me, I didn't.
I'm sorry, Coach. Even with the 17 turnovers, the teams kept fighting and kept in the game. What was the difference in maintaining that fight for this team tonight?
No, the team has always had fight. That's never been a question or a concern at all. I love this group, and I love their competitive fight. And one of the things that I talked to them before the game, that in any game, but you know, specifically in games like this, where they're won are in the trenches. And in the trenches, what lives there is boxing out, loose balls, rebounds, attacking offensive glass, finishing around the basket, those type of plays. And so they out-rebounded us by 10. They got 18 offensive rebounds, and we had 17 turnovers, and we lost by 4.
Andrew, then Shelby, then Jake.
On the turnover on that last possession, was Cornell going down instead of screen? Is that why they didn't backwards to the?
I don't, you know, I know you guys are trying to make it deeper than just a turnover. It was just a turnover. I mean, you were trying to get a quick score, and you turn the ball over. I don't think it's any deeper than that.
Shelby and Jake.
I just wanted to ask if you could speak to Cormac's performance tonight. Obviously, you had a bit of a rough shooting night against UConn, bounce back in this game.
Yeah, I understand, where you guys are coming from in terms of asking me questions about Cormac and his shot. I'm the head coach, and I don't have a concern about that at all. I don't think about that at all. Cormac is a basketball player, and as I said before, what he brings to the team is many things that helps our team be the best that it can be. And I'm glad that he made shots tonight, but again, he brings so much to this team, and I'm so thankful that I get a chance to coach him.
Jaden, then Andrew, then Adam.
Hubert, Coach Cal just said he feels like the Tar Heels are a Final Four level team. After that performance, how do you feel about where the team is at?
I feel like we're good, but we've got a long way to go, and we have a lot to improve on and a lot to learn from. And so we're going to be in this situation again. We're up by 1 with 5 minutes to go, and be able to learn from this and grow. And one of the things that Coach Smith used to tell us all the time as players is a mistake is good when you recognize it, admit it, learn from it, and grow from it. And so the things that we need to tweak and alter and pivot and change, let's grow from it. And I always tell the guys, when things happen to you, whether it's good or bad, the only thing you have control over is how you react and how you respond. And we have an opportunity to react and respond moving forward for the rest of the season.
I got Adam, then Andrew.
Hubert, you guys put a big emphasis on rebounding over the break that you had. It's kind of the second straight game where you got worked over on the boards. Obviously, a high-level opponent, but are you back to the drawing board, do you think, with what the rebounding issues are? Where do you try to go from here in assessing that?
No, in terms of the drawing board, to me, rebounding, those energy and effort plays, it's not about technique. It's just will and want to. There's an attitude about it, and we have to make a commitment to be able to create contact first and be strong enough and to be able to do a better job rebounding. It's good that RJ got 7 rebounds, but it's not good that he led the team in rebounding, and he ended up with 7. He had 6 in the first half, and he still led the team in rebounding. So, you know, as I said before when we talked, that is a huge emphasis for us, that we've got to find a way to become a better rebounding team. That's just number 1 on our list.
Is there an edge or an effort thing that's missing? You talk about, you know, playing with an edge there in that area?
Well, it has been missing. I mean, it was missing, but the great thing about it is it's not lost. And we can get better and we can improve. And I feel like we have a great bunch of kids that can improve in that area, and for that area to be a strength of ours moving forward.
Andrew and John.
Just 4 shot attempts for Monte, only 4 free throws. What do you guys have to do to get any more touches? What does maybe he have to do to make himself more available and get those touches?
Well, one of the things is, you know, a lot of times they'll either double team him down low on the post, or as soon as he puts the ball on the floor, they'll bring somebody on a hard dig. You know, in those situations, you know, catch the ball deeper in the paint, so that you can score before the double team comes, getting out in transition, attacking the offensive glass. There's a number of things that you can do. I mean, Armando's one of the best players in the country. He's gonna have a lot of attention, and there's a responsibility of being one of the best players in the country, not just Armando, whomever, that you have to adjust and tweak and pivot to do things to still be effective out there on the floor.
Hubert, you mentioned the 17 turnovers that ended up being the season high. A lot of them were in the first half.
Yeah.
What do you think was unique about, I guess, kind of the ball control today compared to the previous game?
No, I thought, especially in the first half, at timeout, I told them, I think they were so, like, ready to play. We were going too fast. And it was, you know, I always say that turnovers are 1 or 2 things. They're, you know, carelessness or selfishness. It is 100% never selfishness. It was just carelessness. And I think they were so hyped up that they were moving so fast that we were turning the ball over. And we talked about it in the huddle, just to take a deep breath and just settle down and let's just get into our set, get to our positions, and work it with purpose and pace, but not from an offensive standpoint, not to do it so fast. And I just felt like that resulted in a lot of our turnovers, especially in the first half.
Did you think they did settle down? It was, I guess, 11 to 6.
At times, much better than the first half, but at times I felt like we did settle down, and then other times we didn't. So, you know, that's an area that, you know, again, we can learn and grow from, and we've got to get better at that.
Okay, last 4, 2.
You brought up-
And Brendan and Shelby. Done.
You brought up Coach Smith. What practical and personal advice you think he would provide you after a game like today?
Well, after a game, he would never say anything, so I didn't say anything to the team. After every game, whether we won or lost, he would bring us in together and tell us that he loved us and that we'll move forward. And he always felt like saying something after a game where so much emotion that it would be better just to let things calm down and then come back and talk the next day. And so those are the things that I do with the team as well after a game.
Hubert, RJ has averaged nearly 27 points for the past 6 games. Do you feel like the focal point of the offense has shifted more from Armando to RJ in these past few games?
I think the offense is the offense. It's shifted to everyone. It's not a shift for Armando and now it's on RJ. RJ, from an offensive standpoint, is in a really good rhythm. He's finding shots, he's creating shots for other teammates, and he's taking good shots. And so, you know, one of the things that I love about this team, it's equal opportunity offense. And so it's nobody's, from an offensive standpoint, you know, their team. We have a number of guys that can make shots, and we try to take advantage of that every game.
Last 2, Brendan and Shelby.
Yeah, Hubert, just to follow up on RJ, you mentioned he's in a really good rhythm right now. What do you think has sort of led to that, and what about his play of late has impressed you the most?
Well, He's been a pretty good, accomplished college player. You know, this isn't like he's never been good. He's been really good throughout his 4 years. As I told you before, the growth in him has been his leadership out there on the floor. Vocally, he's been a lot more to the team in the huddles and practices, but just the way that he carries himself, the way that he shows up every game and competes, and I'm just really proud of him, and it's been an honor and a blessing to coach him the last 4 years. He's fantastic.
Councilman Shelby?
Do you think Armando and the team as a whole brought enough physicality to the game tonight?
No, we did not. That's why we got out rebounded by 10. That's why they got 18 offensive rebounds. It just is what it is. Kentucky was tougher than us in the trenches. And in order to win games like that, you have to win the battle in the paint. Whether it's rebounding, loose balls, finishing around the basket, you have to win those individual battles, and we did not in terms of rebounding, and that's why we lost the game.
All right, thanks, everybody. We'll get